watching Geography for You right now with your host, Justin Rao. Bringing our first expert, Kelly Reyes. Now, let's have our first interviewer up, Brady Pyle.
Jamaica. Kelly, what is Jamaica's government system and how does it function?
Well, Jamaica's government is a constitutional monarchy. So basically, the Queen Elizabeth II they have executive, legislative, and judicial branch.
Has their government been successful and why?
Yes, the government has been successful because everyone agrees who's ruling it, and the Queen really doesn't interfere that much because she.
How has this government affected the people of Jamaica?
The government has affected people by creating many different jobs because of their tourism, and so Jamaica realizes that their strong side is tourism, so they create more jobs in that.
What is your opinion of Jamaica's government?
Well, I like Jamaica's government because I like the constitutional monarchy because it's like the top person rules and it like passes down, so they keep the same stuff.
Country of Mauritania. What is Mauritania's government system like?
Mauritania's government system is a theocracy. It is ruled by the Islamic Republic, so they follow the Islamic faith rules. And they have executive, legislative, and judicial branch.
Has Mauritania been successful? Why?
Yes, they have because they all believe in the same religion, so they all agree with the rules set in place.
Have the people of Mauritania been affected by this government?
The people have not been affected as much as the government, as the people have affected the government because they like believe, so they kind of people pass the laws because they believe in the same religion.
What is your opinion of Mauritania's government?
I don't think it's right to have your religion rule a country because, like, if the person who says, I heard this from God, like, go jump off a bridge, and all the people are going to believe it because they heard it, because the top person heard it from God, so I don't think it's right.
Let's go to our next expert. Bring in Jacob Self, please.
So, what is the economic system of Chad and how does it work?
Chad's economic system is a traditional economic system, and it's mainly a subsistence economy. So people would, for example, they would be farmers and they would grow enough food just to sustain themselves and their family.
Has our economic system been successful? Why or why?
It is pretty successful. I mean, it's not like a thriving economy, but the point of the economy is just to get enough for themselves, and so in that aspect it has been working.
Has this economic type affected the people?
But it hasn't, because that's what they've always been used to.
What is your overall opinion of Chad's economic system, and does it lead to prosperity and safety?
I actually like it because they don't have to worry about like money or anything like that. They just grow enough food for themselves and their family, so I think it'd be a pretty good economic system.
Ireland. So, what is Ireland's economic system and how does it function?
Ireland has a free market economic system, and so that works just like people have jobs, they have currency, and they can basically buy things with that form of currency.
Has the economic system been successful? Why?
It has been until 2008 when they had an economic recession, just like partially has been and partially hasn't been.
Has the government system affected the state? Is it good for the people?
Yes, it is good for the people.
What is your overall opinion of the economic system?
I too like the economic system of Ireland because people can they can do whatever they want with their money, and they have to work for their money, so I like it.
And your expert is going to be me.
Vatican City. So what is their government and how does it function?
Well, Vatican City's government type is absolute monarchy, and what that basically is a pope that's running the country, but it's not a full-out dictatorship, it's just a type because the people still have somewhat freedom.
And has their government been successful? Why or why not?
Yes, their government has been successful over the last few years because there's been many problems in the state and no change in power of government has been necessary. So, yes, it's been successful.
And how has this government type affected the people of the state, and is this good?
Well, the government has been good for the people because they're all of the same religion, so it works out good.
Your overall opinion of this government?
I think it's good because we haven't heard any problems going down in Vatican City. So people being Catholic and all of them believing in the same thing, it's worked out good.
Brazil. What's the government system in Brazil and how does it function?
Well, Brazil's government type is a representative democracy, which is they elect people to run their country, like presidents or leaders, and so the people have a say.
And has our government been successful? Why or why?
Yes, it's ran smoothly. There haven't been any problems going in Brazil, and the representative democracy way of governing the country has ran smoothly.
And how has this government affected the people and state, and is this good for the people?
Well, I think it's really neutral and it has a sort of good effect on them because they have a say in everything with electing leaders and every 4 years. So yeah, it's good.
Your opinion of this government, and does it bring prosperity to Brazil?
Well, I kind of like the government because it's the same as the United States. I like the way they're running theirs with them electing their presidents, and I think Brazil will prosper with there not being a dictatorship type of pile. What is their government? How does it function?
Well, Pakistan has a dictatorship. It's kind of interesting. They also kind of have so they have like a president and a prime minister, but they don't really have a dictator. So it's kind of like in between.
Has their government been successful? Why or why?
It's been okay, but since it's dictatorship, the president and prime minister, they don't get power.
Has government affected the people of the state, and has this been good for the people?
It's been okay for the people. There haven't been really many people there. And
Question: what is your overall opinion of this government, and does it lead to prosperity and state success? Why?
I don't really like it that much because it's just interesting how they have two like big rulers, like the prime minister and president.
Republic. So, what is your economic system, and how does it function?
Well, Czech Republic has a command economy. It's based mainly on exports and crops.
Or, I mean, has their economic system been successful? Why or why not?
Despite the recent recession, their economy has been pretty successful because, once again, since they're not really they're export based, so they make a lot of money off of stuff they make.
Economic type affected the people of the state, and is it good for the people?
Well, since they haven't really been in a big recession, it's been good for the people. They've been prosperous, and their unemployment rate is, so that's good, even though the U.S. doesn't have a good unemployment rate, but it's been good for the people.
And what is your overall opinion of this government or economic type, and does it lead to prosperity in states? Why not?
I like it, and it does lead to prosperity because it's mainly export based, so they make a lot of money out of the stuff they export, and they have a lot of crops too. So.
All right, that is our last expert. And